We have a problem. A very nervous Wen spoke into his receiver.
Okay, tell me what happened,
answered Zahn. The Americans are aware of what's happening here in Wuhan and Nanchang. I just received a call from one of their top infectious disease experts asking me if we have an issue.
Right. Well, you knew this was eventually going to happen, but the fact that it happened this early tells me we are not controlling the information very well,
said Zahn, trying to calm Wen. I don't think you understand. If my counterpart in America knows, then it won't take long for the entire world to become aware of our situation.
And what exactly is our situation? We already rehearsed this for your upcoming visit with the WHO.
You know this is just a flare-up of an old strain of bird flu, and we can't even confirm that just yet, since it's so new. Is that what you told him? Yes, correct. That's what I conveyed. But have you been to the hospitals? They're inundated with cases, and people now have to wait outside. The virus is truly taking hold. A long pause passed between the two men. And finally, Zahn spoke up.
Although we thought we had more time, we're going to have to restrict the press corps here in Wuhan. Once we are certain all press have been accounted for, we will then proceed to lock down the region. The airport will begin flights today, but I don't think that is an issue any longer and works to our advantage. We must make sure the virus gets to the United States.
Zahn, I'm afraid the virus is much stronger than we originally thought. It's moving from host to host with symptoms developing a few days faster than our lab tests suggested.
I need you to explain when.
Our projections will have to be changed. Initially, we thought we had 7 to 8 days before symptoms would start to show, and then another week would pass before the host succumbed to the illness. This is a 7 to 14-day ratio. We now need to move the ratio to 5 to 10. This will change all of our projections, both in China and the rest of the world. Zahn thought about the period of the virus and how just 2 days prior, they infected a team member of the American delegation in Paris. That would mean they have roughly 3 days to get as many flights out of Wuhan back to the States before the Americans wise up and begin to shut everything down.
Dr. Wen, if we allowed, say, 100 people with the virus to fly back to America, would you say this would be enough for the virus to spread adequately throughout the United States?
It would depend on whether these people remained active in society. If they simply take the plane, go through the security, and then go home, the virus will not spread as much as, say, someone who goes out to dinner every night, rides the subway, or goes to a play in New York. That said, by placing one infected person on a plane for 15 hours, you're almost guaranteeing at least 15 to 20 people will become infected. Then those people will also act as carriers delivering the virus. Zahn took a deep breath and started to feel better about the situation. Even if they had to go into lockdown earlier than anticipated, they had already sufficiently transmitted the disease to the world. Zahn, we cannot go into a lockdown until after the WHO has done their initial visit. I can placate the WHO with fake samples and advise we've not seen any human-to-human transmissions, but I will need the hospitals emptied out quickly so the story will hold.
When is the WHO expected to arrive?
Tomorrow, late morning.
Okay. We will begin to empty the hospitals and take the people somewhere special.
What do you mean special? Some of these people are sure to die and need care.
Dr. Wen, we need to make sure the WHO reports back to the rest of the world there is no issue in Wuhan.
Zahn did not like being questioned.
Let me worry about those who are already sick. The General Secretary has given me complete authority over the situation. What I need from you is to make sure your team continues with the vaccine development, and you make sure you are ready for the WHO.
Wen paused for a moment. He understood that Zahn was going to remove all of those people from the hospital, take them to a field, and execute every single one. There was nothing he could do to stop it. I will do my part, answered Wen, feeling completely helpless.